There are quite a number of luxury two-seater convertibles out on the market, from the Porsche Boxster to the Mercedes SL to this, the BMW Z4. For 2025, the Z4 gained something that us auto enthusiasts really like, a 6-speed manual transmission. So how does this new transmission transform the Z4? Well, let's go for a drive and find out. There's nothing quite like driving a manual transmission convertible car on a beautiful summer day. And this 6-speed manual transmission is fantastic to use. The clutch is decently light, but it does give you a very distinct white point, so you know exactly where it is, and it makes it pretty difficult to actually stall this engine. As for the shifter, it has some very lovely throws. You encounter a little bit of resistance as you try to put it into a gear, but after that it just smoothly slides right in. Of course, it also has automatic rev match, so every time you downshift, the engine is revved a little bit, making it easier for you to release the clutch a bit more quickly. But if you don't like this feature, you can of course turn it off through the infotainment system. So all in all, the manual transmission is fantastic to use. As for the engine, it is a 3-liter turbocharged inline-6. It produces 382 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. At least that's what BMW says it produces. But as we all know, BMW tends to be a little bit more conservative with their power figures. In reality, it probably produces just a little bit more than that. With this 6-speed manual transmission, BMW claims a 0 to 100 km/h time of 4.4 seconds, which predictably is slower than the automatic version. This has to be one of the best engines out there. It has torque and power pretty much everywhere in the rev range. You can be in 6th gear at 1000 RPMs, just gently roll on the throttle, and the engine picks up very quickly. On top of that, it makes some great noises, and it is very smooth as well. But a car like this isn't about the straight line speed and power. It's about enjoying the drive and having fun. And the Z4 definitely delivers with its powerful engine and very slick shifting 6-speed manual transmission. With the switch to a manual transmission, the 2025 BMW Z4 M40i is not as efficient as the automatic version. It is rated for 12.6 liters per 100 kilometers in a city and 8.9 liters per 100 kilometers on a highway. With this demo car, I averaged 10.4 liters per 100 kilometers. The engine does have an auto start-stop, which is enabled when the transmission is in neutral and the clutch pedal is not pressed. In sport mode, this function is automatically disabled, and there's an on-off switch for this function on the center console for quick access. When it comes to slowing down, the BMW Z4 M40i has M Sport 4-piston fixed calipers on the front axle that provide the majority of the braking force. These brakes provide a tremendous amount of stopping power, yet the brake pedal does not feel overly sensitive. It's easy to modulate it for smooth stops when driving on city streets, but it always feels firm when you're driving on a twisting and winding road. However, on those winding roads, the Z4 doesn't have quite the same sprite in its step as the Toyota Supra, which shares the same chassis. The Z4 has a calmer driving demeanor. The steering isn't quite as quick, which makes the car feel a little bit less nervous than the Supra. By no means is this a boring convertible to drive, just don't expect the same level of athleticism from the Z4 as the Supra. But as I said earlier, this car is not about outright performance around the racetrack. It's more about enjoying the drive on entertaining roads, and this Z4 M40i delivers that feeling. The ride of the BMW Z4 is firm, but it's not uncomfortable. You will definitely feel every single bump and even the change in asphalt from old porous asphalt to brand new fresh and smooth asphalt. Of course, larger potholes and manhole covers you probably will want to avoid because, again, the ride is stiff. And also, the tires are very low profile, so you don't want to damage these wheels. As for wind buffeting when the top is down, well, when you have the windows up like this, it's actually not too bad. You do feel a bit of wind rushing back towards you from this direction in between the seats, but the Z4 does come with a little partition in between the two roll hoops. It is perforated, so you can still see through it, but I just prefer to take it down and have a better view out the back. When you have the windows rolled down, of course, the wind buffeting is much stronger. With the top up, the most noise that intrudes into the cabin is that of road noise from the tires, actually. Wind noise is not too bad, but road noise is very evident. Also, when you drive over bumps with the top up, you can hear it creaking just a little bit. But again, the most noise that intrudes into the cabin with the top up is that of road noise from the tires. Thankfully, the BMW Z4 has not received the same interior update as a lot of current BMW vehicles. Now, the reason why I say thankfully is because you still get physical climate control buttons, and these are much easier and less distracting to use while driving than the new touchscreen integrated climate controls of newer BMW vehicles. This Z4 has a familiar feeling interior with a lot of the controls, again, having physical dedicated buttons or toggle switches, and all of them are very simple to use and easy to understand what they do. Most of the materials in this cabin are traditional BMW, so there's softer plastics on the upper portions and the mid portions of the interior, but the lower portions of the cabin are harder plastics, with the carpet being raised just a little bit up the center console so that it doesn't have quite as much hard, scratchy black plastic showing. Sadly though, this Z4 does come with gloss black plastic on the center console surrounding the climate controls and a little bit around the driver instrumentation. And this car has roughly 10,000 kilometers, and the gloss black plastic that's on the center console looks absolutely disgusting. There's just scratches, dust, fingerprints, and I don't even know what else is on this surface. So if you are speccing your Z4, try to avoid this gloss black. Go for one of the other 2 or 3 materials that are available on the Z4. As for interior space, it is very spacious for my 6'4" height. I have plenty of legroom and obviously plenty of headroom. I have billions and trillions of kilometers of headroom with the top off, but with the top up, it's still pretty good. I can actually wear my crash helmet while I'm on a track day, and the top of my helmet would not touch the soft top. Speaking of the soft top, you can raise it or lower it up to a speed of 40 kilometers an hour, and it takes approximately 10 seconds for it to go up or to go down. And it's really simple to use. It's just one toggle switch right here next to the shifter, and you don't need to unlock anything from the top of the windshield. As for visibility in the Z4, great visibility out the front. The A-pillar is a little on the thick side, but then again, in convertibles, it usually is. And surrounding visibility is very good with the top off. With the top up, over my left shoulder, it's not too bad because I'm looking through the back window to check my blind zones. But on the right side, the soft top does block around here, so it becomes very difficult to see. Thankfully, the Z4 does come with standard blind spot sensors. And finally, let's discuss the cup holder issue. When you first look at the Z4 center console, there are no cup holders. It's when you open the center armrest that you will find 2 cup holders. Now, it is a split open armrest, so you can close just one and then still leave this open so that you can use the cup holders, but they are getting in your way when you're shifting, especially into 2nd, 4th, or 6th. So, typical convertible, cup holders are basically an afterthought. As for the trunk, you're getting 281 liters of cargo space, which is 9.9 cubic feet, and it's actually not that bad. It's decently sized. This car does have a pass-through from the trunk area to the occupant area, but I'm struggling to figure out why it even has that, because it's not like you can fit skis in the trunk and extend them up to here, because they'll just get in the way. So if you know why it has a pass-through in between the seats, let me know. But otherwise, The BMW Z4, very spacious, comfortable, and a simple to use interior. The BMW Z4 is not a cheap convertible. This M40i starts at $85,900 Canadian, and this one, as equipped, is $99,200 Canadian. Here in Canada, the 6-speed manual transmission is a $0 option, whereas in the United States, it's $3,500 as part of a package. The BMW Z4 doesn't get quite all of the same gadgets that other BMW vehicles are equipped with. For example, the infotainment system is iDrive 7. This system is 2 generations old now, but it still functions perfectly well. It's displayed on a 10.3-inch touchscreen, and although it's an older system, it does support wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. As for convenience features, the 2025 Z4 has heated seats and a heated steering wheel, leather upholstery, dual-zone automatic climate controls, a backup camera, parking sensors, a head-up display, and a wireless phone charging pad. In my opinion, the only convenience feature that would be a nice add-on would be ventilated seats for those hot summer days. So the addition of the 6-speed manual transmission to the BMW Z4 doesn't make it any faster. In fact, it makes it slower than the automatic, but it is much more engaging to drive. And there's just something about rolling your own gears top down on a hot summer day like today. And the Z4 captures that feeling perfectly. If you'd like to know more about this 2025 BMW Z4, I have a more detailed written review of it over on my website. You can find that link in the video description or click on the pop-up banner right there, somewhere up there. And as always, I will see you in the next car, truck, or most likely it'll be an SUV next time. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.